It is that time of year again. That's right, it's Christmas. So I'm going to be showing you guys how to make these easy DIY room decorations. So put on your favorite Christmas music and keep on watching. Okay, for this first project, you're going to be needing a plastic snow globe, any type of mini figurines that you can find, some super glue, and some fake snow. Okay, so first off, the snow globe did come with a seal and the cap, so you're just going to take the seal out because you can use it for a water type of snow globe, but we're going to be doing a waterless. So right here, I'm just putting the figurines and trying to situate which way I would like them to look like, if I want the deer to be in the front of the tree or, by the tree or something. So once you figure out how you want the figurines to be, you're going to take your super glue and you're going to be very, very careful because you do not want to stick all your fingers together. I'm pretty sure all of us have done that at least once in our lives. And you're just going to super glue the bottom of the figurines to the cap of the globe. Now I will say that I did have a little bit of a problem trying to glue the tree to the cap. I don't know why. So I did have to kind of put on a pretty big amount of super glue, kind of like glopped it on so that way, I guess because it sort of had a curve on it, so the cap wasn't really getting onto the tree. So all I did was hold on to the tree for a little bit, a couple of seconds, just counted, maybe even a minute. So now I'm just gonna super glue the deer. I didn't have any problems with the deer, I guess because it was, flat on the feet or the hooves or whatever, and I just held on to that. I pressed on it for a good couple of seconds also, just making sure that it was on there. Okay, so now you're gonna put that aside and then you're gonna get started on the fake snow. Now I did use my hands, but I do recommend using like a spoon or something because this does get a little bit messy. I did get a glitterized floor. I've always wanted a glitter floor. Disco, anybody? So you're gonna put in however much or little you're gonna want to be putting your snowball. Okay, so if you want to know how much snow that you did put, if you want to know if you got the right amount put in, you can just take the seal from the cap and just turn it over like that, so that way you can get a sort of idea of how much snow is going to be in it, if you have enough or if you have too much. Okay, so now you're going to take the seal out and you're going to put the cap in. So very carefully, you're just going to want to put the cap with the figurines in and make sure you screw it in tight so that way none of the snow will get out. And then once you have secured that, you're just going to flip it over and then you're just going to kind of shake it, kind of manipulate the way you want the snow to look. And that is the finished project of this waterless snow globe. Okay, so this next project, I did get a bit of an inspiration from Ingrid's latest video, but I just decided to add my own little twist to it. So you're going to be needing some green garland, red berries, a flameless candle, a vase, or a vase if you want to get technical about it, very heavy duty scissors, some fake snow, and various types of ornaments. Doesn't matter what kind as long as they fit inside your vase. So the first thing you're going to want to do is take apart the garland. Now I wasn't sure how this garland was going to really look. I thought it was all covered, but actually it really did come to my advantage because they were little pieces. So I just cut those off. I didn't cut them all off because I wasn't sure how full I wanted the vase to be. So I just cut those off, just various pieces. Okay, so after I cut a decent amount of the garland, I started putting it in the vase, and because it did have metal wire in it, I was able to manipulate it into shaping it the way I wanted to. I wanted to give it more of a curve, and the reason why I was doing this before, I did take everything out, which I will show you guys later in the video, but I just wanted to see how much of the garland I cut and if I needed any more or if I needed any less. So that's pretty much what I did, and I also put in the flameless candle just to see if it was going to be covered or if it wasn't going to be covered. So now I'm going to move on to cutting the berries. Now I just cut them off from the branches, nothing too technical about it. I wanted to keep them in the branches because they also have the wire in it, so that way I could also manipulate those and kind of form those into a sort of curve, just like I did with the garland. So Okay, so right here I'm just going to be showing how I cut these separated berries. I got quite a bit of these. I wasn't sure what I was going to do, if I was going to keep them, but I did end up using them. Also watch out for the runaway berries. They are trying to escape. So now I gotta cut the rest of them. Okay, as I said before, I did take everything out. So now I am starting over. So I'm going to be doing a layering method. I'm going to put the green garland in first, and then I'm going to put just random berries next. And you can see here that I did manipulate the wire of the berries just so that way I could shape and form it according to the vase. Then I'm going to put in green garland again, and then I'm going to do the berries. I just did that until I ran out of all of the products. I really like doing these types of projects, specifically centerpieces, because you can do your own little twist to it. You can add whatever you want, you can take away whatever you want. So, and this is really fun to do if you have like little kids or something. Keep them occupied. Okay, so now I'm going to put in the Flameless Candle again, just so that way I can see how it looks and if I'm going to like it, and leave it in there. And then I'm just going to take all those separated berries and just kind of throw those in there wherever I see any sparse spaces or empty spaces or anything like that. Just random places. Just throw them in there. Okay, so now onto the snow. You can use your hands or a spoon or whatever. You just want to put as much or as little as you want. It's really up to you. I put as much as I could, only to the point that I didn't want it to look like a total blizzard. But if you want it to look like a blizzard, then that is all up to you. So I made sure that I got some of the empty spaces like between the glass and the actual garland and stuff like that. So I just kind of squeezed it in there. Okay, so now we're going to put in the mini ornaments. Now I only put one out of the 3 boxes, but you can put as much or as little as you want. Mainly only did this because there really wasn't enough room. That, and I just kind of wanted to give it more of an accessory type look. Then I just added just a little bit more snow, and then I turned on the candle, and that is the finished project. So next is the chalkboard. First, you're going to need an old picture frame, some paint, and a paintbrush. Now, I did want to paint this picture frame mainly because I didn't like the color of it. So, first thing you have to do if you do want to repaint yours, you have to take everything out of it. So, just undo everything and take all the paper and the cardboard backing and the plastic and everything else, and also the glass panel because you don't want to get paint on it. Okay, so if you guys know anything about painting wood, if it has a lacquer on it or anything like that, you have to sand it before, just so that way the paint grabs onto the wood much better, because if you don't sand it and you just paint over a seal, then the paint will just peel right off. And you don't want your paint peeling off after you do 2 or 3 coats of painting it, and having to wait between coats. So I did end up doing about 2 to 3 coats of this paint, and I did do both the front and the back and all the sides, because even though I knew I probably wasn't going to be seeing the back, I still wanted to paint it so that way I knew, and obviously the sides for obvious reasons. Okay, so if you did paint the frame and while you're waiting for it to finish drying, you're going to go on to the chalkboard part. So you're going to be needing the glass panel, some paper towels, chalkboard paint, and a paintbrush. So first thing you're going to want to do is put the paper towels underneath the glass panel, because it is going to get a little bit messy. And then you're just going to want to put the chalkboard paint on top of the glass and just start painting it on. Now this is my first time using chalkboard paint, so I wasn't sure how it was going to turn out. I didn't know the consistency of it, and it said on the back that it should get at least 2 to 3 coats, and you should wait at least an hour between each coat, and it did dry within the hour between each coat. And I will say that if you are going to be using chalkboard paint, 3 coats are fine. It went on pretty easily with just this, as you can see, with just this 1 coat. So this is what it looks like after it dries and 3 coats. So now it is time for the decorating part. You can do whatever you want with this, have some fun, get creative. Please excuse my crappy writing. My penmanship isn't the greatest. I still look like I write like a preschooler. And also, I'm not an artist. Nope, I'm not an artist. But that's okay, because we're having fun here. But yeah, don't be afraid to go a little crazy. It's Christmas time. Be, decorative. So that is the finished look of this project. I just did a snowman and a snow globe and reindeer antlers and Rudolph's nose. So that is going to be it for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun doing these. If you guys do plan on doing these, make sure you guys send me some pictures. I would love to see them. So I will see you guys in my next video. Have a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. Bye!
Snowflakes that stay